question. So sometimes when you start a new course or anything, when you're in a new place and you can't really make friends because your ideology or the way you think doesn't match with others. So how do you cope with that?
My name is Kritika. Hi.
Hi.
Can we be friends?
Sure.
She's not so sure. I guarantee I'm very nice.
I
Can we
know.
be friends?
Yes.
This is how you make new friends. I recommend my best friend in graduate school was in the School of Education. I was in the School of Electrical Engineering. Hearing her about her research balanced my day out. Now I was in a machine learning class with 11 students, one girl, 10 IITs. Right? I had all these exacting electrical engineering classes, and just seeing her on a weekly basis restored my sanity. The trick is not to look just within your department. And the way to help is to attend mixers, to attend any event where other department folks might show up as well. Did I answer your question?
Summer
Are we friends?
grouped together.
Good.
Any other questions? Okay, then.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
What we should do if someone comes to us and asks, I'm feeling like depressed or I'm feeling like I'm not feeling good, what is the first thing we used to do? Generally, what happens is like someone comes to us, we used to think like it is nothing, you are just thinking in your head. But sometimes the people feel and they generally want that we should listen to it. Generally, we can listen, but what is the nice way to tell them or how we should make them feel good?
It's an excellent question, and I just want to answer this because it's very relevant. When we care about someone, I do this also, and someone presents a problem to me. My best friend also accuses me of this, is that I try to fix it. At first, even before the problem has been outlined, I'll say, oh, but you can do this to solve the problem. That's not a very optimal way of being. You can be a passive listener. The first important thing that your friend needs from you is to be heard. Quietly listen, acknowledge how they are feeling, validate their problem. On a good day, this problem may not be a problem at all. They may be able to solve it very easily. But because of some external circumstances that are outside of their control, they are likely feeling this way. So as a friend, listen. If you feel like the problem is persisting, definitely reach out to counseling services and inform a medical professional so that they can back you up and support them professionally. Did I answer your question?
Okay, I think somebody had a question here.
Mental health, one of the most important aspects is learning how to say no politely whenever we genuinely want to say no. Like it can be like everyone in our group wants to go to the gym, but I am not comfortable going to the gym because for me it can be the most depressing place.
It is.
Yeah, because everyone in the gym starts comparing each other on the basis of physique and all. And if I'm not comfortable, then I can be in a very uncomfortable position. And similar to that, if I'm not comfortable with group study, but everyone is saying that let's study in a group. So how to say no politely in such a scenario?
First of all, your observation about the gym is on point. But the truth is that wherever people are, right, meeting in a group, there's always comparison. So the gym is not the only place where you can feel this. Now, the next question about how to politely say no. I have learned this the very hard way. Never say no absolutely, right? You want to sort of pander to the person's ego. So say, thank you so much for thinking of me, but I'm not feeling so good today, so I'm not able to make it. Try this once. The next time if they ask you, come up with something else. Always be polite, always thank them, so they know that you're not being arrogant about it. But have your own way. See, the thing is, it's your life. You live it according in your own terms. Never subscribe to some other person's plan. Did I answer the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else has any question? Hello. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very nice to
Most
hear you.
welcome.
Like it was like interacting session. Like it's kind of not like only the PPT content. It's like more about the way you feel, you experience, you share your experience with us. For that, I'm saying again thank you.
Okay.
Further, like I have a question. Like let's say you have one friend. Starting like whatever way you said, the way you made one friend, like hi, we can be friends, like starting. Then you are doing some activities together. You become a more and more closer friends. Likewise, you become a friends, close friend. But it can be both of girl or girl boy maybe. But after some time, you are feeling like depression. You have tension. You are suffering from like personal problem or professional problem. Now you are willing to ask, like share your problems with friends. You are sharing, but after sharing 2-3 times, you are feeling like, or you are thinking that my friends will either like this problem I am sharing again. She will won't think about like every time ये तो रोती रहती है kind of thing. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, of course.
Like or you always इसको तो कुछ problem होती है kind of. So sometimes we feel like should I share my problem again and again? Should I say my problems to her, or should I like go to the professional counselor? So like what should we do in this situation?
Yes, this is another wonderful question. First thing I want to say is, unfortunately, I was restricted to 30 minutes. Now, if you had let me speak, we could all stay till 9 p.m. This is the first thing. The second thing is, and this is a wonderful question, in California, the rents are very high. And I was sharing a 1-bedroom apartment with 2 other girls. Once a roommate walked into me crying and she said, "Why are you always crying?" And that was not the truth. She exaggerated it, but only just a little bit. I was almost always crying. And you saw the picture of the ledge. I took to working in solitude because I was so scared of my roommate's judgment. So you're right. The reason my book is called "Have You Heard the Sound of Your Own Voice?" is because you're so scared about what someone may say if you speak about your feelings that you keep your mouth shut. So you barely ever hear your voice. Now, the way to deal with that problem is, let's say you're telling the same story, and this happens a lot when you're depressed, is that you keep repeating the same problematical events. You can ask your friend, very matter-of-fact tone, "Are you comfortable with me sharing this repetitively?" Watch their expression, don't watch their words. If you feel like they are wincing, if you feel like there's discomfort, stop it. If you feel a pat on your back, if you feel that they're giving you this sort of comforting space where you can continue to talk, then go right ahead and talk. The most important tip to dealing with depression is to allow things to come out of your mouth. The head is a very dangerous space to let your thoughts inhabit for a very long time. So if it comes out, who was my best friend? The air above the Pacific. No judgment. I just spoke my heart out. Only the waves are listening. No judgment. But if you do have a real friend who will listen to you, they are your biggest blessing. Give them a bouquet when it's over. So much.
I do have one question.
Yes.
So, as a student counseling coordinator,
Yes.
now it has been an year that I have been working with this. So,
Congratulations.
yeah. So many students with issues, they get in touch with us. So, I wanted to understand. Let's say a student who is having a problem shares with me, then I try to handle it at my level, or I consult with a counselor as well. So then what happens is, after a point, that particular student feels so warm with me, like having conversations and all. But as a coordinator, there has to be a proper line, a professional line, after which like we should maintain it. Like he should not be completely dependent on me for everything, so that it will be good for himself also. So as a coordinator, how can like we student counseling coordinators maintain that line so that they can also learn the things on their own? We can help, but there should be some line. So how to handle?
There's a very fine line between hand holding and spoon feeding. The thing you have to understand is it's a true sacrifice, especially if you're a student yourself, to want to carry this burden of being there for a person. And this is very different from being part of any other student group, because you are taking responsibility for another person's well-being in life. But you also have your own commitments that you have to honor. Now, you don't want somebody to become so dependent on you that for every problem they come to you. Right. So the one thing that you can tell them is that we are here to give you a toolbox. Right? It's like how when you visit a car mechanic because there's a car issue, the mechanic is only there to fix that problem. It's not there with you on a daily basis. Similarly, you were there when the times were hard. However, it's up to the person to take the tools that you have given them and implement it themselves, not to depend on you to do it for them.
Anyone else? Anyone has any question? You?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Actually, a few minutes before, you have shared a slide, and in that you have mentioned some phrases like stay positive and come on, you can do it. And you said that this kind of phrases are not suitable to use in conversation. Then, can you suggest some more phrases to use?
Yes. One thing that you can say that is absolutely helpful is what you're feeling is valid. This is probably the first thing to say to someone who has confided about their difficulties. Because with this statement, you have given them so much power. You have told them that what they are thinking is not something that is unprecedented or not something that they should be thinking at all. By saying that their emotion is valid, you have given the person the authority to feel. And as a friend, that is the greatest gift you can give to your depressed friend.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful Q&A session. And now I would like to call Aditi to hand over, take over.
Oh, she's my friend. Does she have another question?
Okay, she has another question. Actually,
Are you running out of time?
yeah, we're a bit
Okay.
running out of time. She can take it up later.
Yeah. I'll speak offline to you.
Yes. Okay, please take over the dais. Thank you.
Thank you.